Olandria. Olandria. Good God, girl. Girl, you had us gagged once again with that sub-only video. I was out with my man, and I have to be honest, I couldn't help but be distracted by said video. I was like sneaking and taking a peek mid-conversation. And then I was on Threads, trying to see the conversation and the uproar. What is all this about? And then I went on TikTok. And I was like, oh. My God. Alright guys, so before I get into this video, I would like to wish all of you, my subscribers, a wonderful Christmas and a happy holidays. Enjoy your time off from work, rest up, do something fun, detach and touch some grass. I love you guys for constantly supporting and engaging with me in my videos, and may we all live to see 2026. Enjoy yourselves guys. Cheers. All right, so let's get into this video, but before we do so, please like, please share, please subscribe, and share this video with your fellow Nicolandrians. Your support means everything to me. So let's get into it. I know a lot of people got to enjoy that video, and many of you missed out on it also, and I'm so sorry. I wish I could share it with y'all, but I had the common sense to save it because like clockwork, I knew there would be some issue would arise that would prevent us from seeing that video again and again and again and again. And I'm not sure what really happened, but some people say that when they went on the video to comment, they got a response saying TikTok removed the video and it's under review. I just had to roll my eyes because there are a lot of questionable things on TikTok, and they always choose to review the most unnecessary things. I also see some people saying that the haters probably mass reported the video again, once again taking down another Olandria video. Olandria, we just can't have fun. And the haters are gonna get mad. They're gonna get mad and they're gonna mass report. It's exhausting at this point. Now, the other thing that I want to touch on quickly is that why are some of you so miserable? Why? We started this fandom with delusion, and we started going on the walk with me's, and we created stories and scenarios that made us laugh and cackle, and we just had fun. We had fun. Right? When Nick and Ola got out, Nick's fun, Ola's fun. We all love to laugh and cackle. Why must some of y'all take things so seriously and put narratives and project things onto Nick and Olandria that are just in y'all's imagination, and you feel like, oh, they must be feeling this way, or it must be this, or it must be that. Don't do this, don't do that. The police, it's so exhausting. I don't know. Y'all need I don't know, things to occupy your lives or something where you're not so, caught up in other people's lives and telling other people's stories for them, it was all fun, but I've reached a point where I've just started to just detach whatever Nick and Olandria gives us. That's what I just take it at face value. I don't try to, imagine or concoct anything anymore. I take whatever comes from them. Anyway, so I implore some of you guys, if you're like that, if you're being, anal retentive or being prudish or whatever the case is, just have fun. Olandria was just having a little fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. We love to have fun. We love to key. Threads was so fun yesterday. Anyways, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but yeah. So yesterday, when I saw all the chatter, I had to resubscribe to all this TikTok because she doesn't really post that often, so I'm like, I'm gonna keep this running. So whenever I know she's active again, I resubscribe and all that. So when I went to subscribe, she had about 4,600 ish, or probably a little bit more, a little bit less subscribers. And at the time of making this video, she has 8,301 subscribers. It almost doubled based on the chatter online and everybody, and including haters who are paying to subscribe, to see, just to hate. Oh my god, it's amazing. And I love that for Olandria because she got to make some coins last night. Anyways, in this tweet, Olandria responded to a comment saying that it was kind of iconic. I think this is what led to the TikTok video that she made. She said it was kind of iconic how she has a snark page that is dedicated to just hating on her consistently. In a now deleted tweet, she mentioned her waist being smaller and that seemed to have sent the haters into a tizzy once again. Olandria was giving them something else to talk about, and she did deliver because they got mad. People were even accusing Nick of being the reason why the post got deleted on TikTok, and Nick had to jump in the comments to let us know he would do no such thing. Guys, Nick is a vibe. You hear me? Nick is always down for the shenanigans, and I know if it were up to him, we would be having a lot more fun in this fandom. I like, how dare people say, yeah, Nick is strict when it comes to certain things, but something like that? Come on. They were all on TV twerking and doing all that. Now, come on, like, if they, you know, had to go through all that, I think they've developed some kind of thick skin, you know, and they love to let go and have fun as well. So yeah, trust and believe Nick is that guy. You see the life he lives, right? He's not one to, you know, tell Olandria take that down. And I think Olandria would know better to not post something or check in with him. Hey, would you be okay? Da 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 da. Like, it's not like that. But what do you guys think about all that has happened since Ola posted? Let me know in the comments. Now, moving on, let's discuss the impact that Nicolandria has had with these brands, because they are definitely loving it for sure. Let's start with the most recent brand interaction, Glamour magazine. We saw both Nick and Olandria at the Glamour Women of the Year Gala, and the response from fans made it crystal clear to Glamour magazine that it had to get Nick and Olandria on the cover. After Nicolandria attended the Glamour Women of the Year Awards, the magazine's team was overwhelmed with fan demand. Their social media was flooded with emails, direct messages, comments, and even fan-made videos, all requesting one thing: a Nicolandria cover. The hashtag Glamourlandria actually became a trending topic during the event. The fan response was so powerful and unified that Glamour's editorial team made a decision to deliver this cover in record time. Glamour received over 1.4 million views on TikTok from content featuring Nicolandria at the Women of the Year event, and a staggering 2.8 million views on X, where Glamourlandria was trending. The magazine acknowledged that the engagement on Instagram was unlike anything they'd seen in recent memory. Since Nick and Olandria were featured on the Glamour December holiday cover, the post currently stands at 1.1 million likes on Instagram, 2.9 thousand comments, almost 30,000 reposts, and 57.3 thousand shares. The other posts across IG, TikTok show significant impact for the brand as well, and they seem to be releasing more behind the scenes clips as the days get closer to Christmas. I'm secretly hoping there is a video with a kiss. Wink wink. That would definitely send the internet into a frenzy. Let me know your thoughts about all this down in the comments. Since leaving the villa, Nick and Olandria had a campaign with Sweetgreen and their own Ranchy Batty Bowl. This is what Barry Tippett, who was the head of social for Sweetgreen at the time, had to say about the campaign and its impact. The campaign started when Julian Wheeler asked about editorializing one person from Love Island, and within just 30 days, they were on set with Nick. This collaboration reveals several key insights. First, when an entire team is passionate about a vision, execution happens in lightning speed. Concepts moved from initial planning to production in just days. Second, understanding the community culture was crucial. The team immersed themselves in the Come Here Cream community on Twitter, actively engaged in TikTok comments, and gave Nicolandria Nation exactly what they were asking for. Thirdly, they recognized that devoted fandom deserves exclusive experiences. They created special content, including 21 questions with Nick, merchandise supporting a meaningful cause, and PR kits for both influencers and everyday fans, delivering experiences only they could provide. Finally, they understood the importance of following through. When fans begged for a Nicolandria ball that didn't initially exist, they made it happen by co-creating the Ranchy Batty Bowl with Nick and Ola, built specifically for the fandom. The results? Over 54 million impressions, 12 million video views, increased share of voice, and hundreds of user-generated content posts. They even received the coveted Batty chain. come get your baddie chain. But the real takeaway was when you nail something culturally with perfect precision, the momentum travels farther than any forecast could predict. Just in case you guys are not familiar with the term UGC, it means user generated content, and it's any photo, video, review, or text created by a customer or fan about a brand, not the brand itself, shared on social media or other platform to provide authentic social proof, you know, like an unboxing on TikTok, blah blah blah. And these posts build trust because they are seen as genuine experiences, unlike polished brand ads, and can be organic, unpaid, or paid, you know, content, and that gets the brand more visibility. The next is the share of voice. And share of voice means your brand is getting a larger percentage of the conversion, visibility, or media mentions compared to competitors, indicating growing brand presence, awareness, and market dominance in areas like social media, SEO, or ads. It shows your marketing efforts are working, capturing more of the market's attention, and making your brand more memorable and influential, when often leading to better sales. The impact of Nicolandria on Sweetgreen itself was pretty massive. Now let's move on to Greek Fest. We also saw Nick hosting the Greek Fest events, right? And Greek Fest as a brand was fairly only known probably to college kids. I certainly didn't know about it, but now it's known nationwide, it's known worldwide due to Nick, and by extension Olandria whenever she would drop in some of the meet and greet. So him hosting the Greek Fest like brought significant changes to the brand itself. I know Greek Fest is planning to go into London, you know, and they're working that out for 2026. And I know if Nick wasn't a part of that, that would never happen. So Twisted Media shared the impressive analytics via their Instagram stories. So from September 14th to November 13th, and this is just a 1 month span. Greek Fest lasted way into November. Greek Fest generated 3.8 million impressions across social platforms. Olafest specifically pulled 3.5 million views on TikTok and 2.4 million views on Instagram, with 1.2 million TikTok likes. They also experienced a 35% increase in Instagram follower growth. That's the kind of impact that transformed a regional college event into a nationally recognized brand. And lastly, let's touch on Snapchat. I want to touch on that because even though Nick is benefiting financially from his post, Snapchat has definitely seen an increase in users and engagement because of Nick's frequent activity and people just wanting to know, get the tea on Nicolandria. According to Nick's Snapchat year in review, his account received 833.2 million views. 833.2 million views. My God, he posted 4.6k stories and gained 1.2 million new followers in just a short period, like 4 to 5 months, right? In the beginning, fans would always rely on Nick to spill the beans, and he definitely gave us a lot of crumbs. I even found myself using Snapchat for the first time because of Nick. And because of these numbers that he was pulling, he was invited to speak twice, as you guys have seen, on panels for Snapchat. And that impact was massive for him, being on the platform in that capacity for just 4 to 5 months. I really wish other brands would publish the impact of certain campaigns, but I'm sure they have had similar results. I know NYX for sure did, because the lip kit sold out before it was properly launched, and then when it was launched, it sold out again. I'm surprised they didn't do another collab with them, but they probably had to pay them a lot, because I know Nick's dad, he doesn't play about their contracts. I also saw Nick commented on a post that to this day, his dad still looks over their contracts. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to do a video covering the impact that Olandria and Nick are both having with their brand campaigns using the information that is publicly available. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Once again, have a happy holiday season.
Marketing isn't dead, brands are just doing it wrong. But Agua de Kefir showed every brand how to do it. We need to talk about it. So Agua de Kefir doesn't just partner with influencers. Their goal is to join the influencers community. So after Love Island went insanely viral this summer, Agua de Kefir didn't settle for one post with an islander. They leaned into the lore. Nicolandria was the it couple of last summer, and they built a campaign to tap deep into their communities. They leaned into all of the inside jokes, and they doubled down on their nicknames. And it felt like entertainment because the content was crafted directly for their community. And the crazy thing is the data backs up how insane this campaign was for Agua de Kefir. The campaign got over 120 million views across socials. They gained over 47,000 followers across socials, and they saw a 40% increase in sales in retail. So if anyone tells you influencer marketing is dead, I definitely disagree. Now comment what you think of Agua de Kefir's campaign.